What an amazing fragrance this is. I recently heard about this one. I watched a video on it and I said, I gotta pick this one up. Apparently it was discontinued and then it was brought back. I can't confirm the validity of that statement, but I saw it for like 20 bucks online and I said, I gotta get this one. It's Poker Face by Ted Lapidus. It came out in 2018 and it smells incredible. It is a blend between La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent and Dior Homme by Christian Dior. I'm excited to tell you all about this fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Poker Face by Ted Lapidus, which is, in my opinion, a blend of La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent and Dior Homme by Christian Dior, I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, of course, cardamom, iris, black pepper, patchouli, tonka bean, violet, bergamot. It's sweet, it's smooth, it's floral in this clean, entrancing manner with the iris, but it also has that spiciness of the black pepper and the cardamom, and this is essentially a hybrid of La Nuit de l'Homme and Dior Homme. So it's like 80% La Nuit de l'Homme and 20% Dior Homme, and I love just how inexpensive this is. The presentation, it's a heavy bottle. The presentation is very, very good. And as soon as I heard about it, I was like, all right, it's 20 bucks. Like, I'm not incurring that much of a loss here. Then I sprayed it on for the first time and I was like, what am I smelling? It was so good. Nevertheless, I'm hoping that you can sample this one if you don't like blind buys at all, but I think for 20 bucks you really don't have much to lose. I'm gonna drop all of the links down below. Nevertheless, I'm excited to talk to you about the smell. Let's take a quick look at the presentation first. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, the first thing that I thought to myself was, this is La Nuit de l'Homme, right? Even if nobody told me about it, even if I had not watched any videos on this and I had to make that determination on my own, it would have came right away. I mean, it just smells like La Nuit de l'Homme. I've been wearing La Nuit for a decade now, if not more, right? So as soon as I smelled it, I was like, well, okay, this is incredibly familiar and it smells wonderful. And I thought to myself, but there's something a little extra happening in here. So I smelled it and I thought to myself, it smells a bit creamier. And I'm guessing that's a combination of the tonka bean and the iris. And then, you know, I looked online and I saw that a lot of people were comparing it to the original Dior Homme by Christian Dior. And then I said, all right, well, that makes sense, right? But it's still like 80% La Nuit. So if you're thinking it's gonna be a 50-50 hybrid, it's not. And I think I appreciate that, especially because La Nuit is a fantastic fragrance, and yes, it could be found discounted online. It's been around for such a long time. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit different, if you want a little bit of variety in your collection, this is fantastic. So how does it open up? It opens up with that smooth violet, which kind of conveys this clean yet masculine nature to the fragrance. The cardamom is in there, and the cardamom is stronger than the black pepper. So you're going to get like 75% cardamom, 25% black pepper. I know a lot of people, when they think of black pepper, they make that association with Dior Sauvage. So you're not going to get that, right? It doesn't carry with it that type of a freshness, if you will, even though fresh is not typically an adjective that I would attribute to the smell of black pepper, but nevertheless. So you are going to get that, right? You're going to get that cardamom sort of black pepper spicy medley happening in here, but then there's this smoothness that comes forth on account of the iris and the tonka bean. And the tonka bean produces a very mild sweetness. So it's not going to be like a vanilla or an ethyl maltol or, you know, any one of these other ingredients that create a sweet smell to the fragrance. You're not going to get that, which I think is good, because I don't know how well that would work with this particular DNA, but let me tell you, this is awesome. Every time I smell this, I'm like, I should just make this my scent of the day. It's so easy to wear, so easy to pull off. It has that compliment getting DNA. Have I ever received a compliment with this one? I have not, in all honesty, but I have received several compliments with La Nuit de l'Homme. So I think just by virtue of the fact that I've gotten compliments with that, I think we can probably infer that given the similarities, I'm probably going to get compliments with this too. But anyway, I will make it my scent of the day today. I just got out of the shower, so I'm going to spray it on today, but it's smooth, it's spicy, it's creamy, just a tiny bit of sweetness, sophisticated, mysterious, great for a night out. And I kind of enjoy fragrances that convey that air of, seriousness and mystery. And La Nuit de l'Homme has always done that for me. The original L'Homme with the ginger, that fruity aroma, it's always upbeat, on the go, you know, kind of cheerful. It has a cheerful disposition to it. This one, on the other hand, is a bit more dialed back. Somebody who speaks but is very calculated in what he says. Dude, I love this one. Try it for yourself. If you have a spare 20 bucks burning a hole in your pocket, you have nothing to lose. If anything, you're gonna add an awesome fragrance to your collection, and I'm super stoked that I have this one. I'm gonna be talking about this one a lot, especially if I decide to compile lists in the future where I talk about inexpensive alternatives to more expensive fragrances, whether designer or niche. I can certainly see this one presenting itself in a number of lists. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, yes, this is not a unique fragrance. It does smell very, very, very similar to La Nuit de l'Homme. And I think that's what the brand was going for, if I'm being honest with you. But it smells incredible. Super happy to have this in my collection. And it's one of those fragrances where, yes, owning both this and La Nuit would be redundant. So I probably wouldn't purchase La Nuit again, as much as I love it. For as long as I have this, it fulfills the same occasion, same situation, same scenarios. Longevity, 7 hours on skin. Projection, good for the first hour. It radiated within an arm's length, not beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 5, a skin scent right around hour 7. In terms of the versatility, masculine leaning, great for a dressed up situation, I would say, but look, it's 20 bucks, right? Or maybe a little more than that, depending on inflation. So if you want to wear this one casually, you may. I think this would appeal to anybody of any age, and I think this is probably going to be better for the colder weather on account of the spices, but if you're wearing it indoors, no restrictions. Presentation is actually really, really nice, and I like the name of it too, right? It also conveys that mystery of like, what's being hidden here? Poker face. My final verdict on this fragrance is, it's a great fragrance. Not original or unique at all, but it's a great fragrance, and I'm really glad that I own it, and I hope you have the opportunity to try it. Hey, thank you for watching. That was my review of Poker Face by Ted Lapidus. If you own or have tried this fragrance, let me know what you think. Drop your comment down below. Hit the bell icon, give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.